Bring my shuffle on over here.
For aesthetics. Trademark.
Here's the game plan. Step 1, make a design, which I've already done because I made these 3 sketches and I like this one the most, so that's what we're making. Step 2, we're gonna need a lot of textures. Now, a good way to get textures is by using trash and old broken toys. So the first stop is the thrift store. Got some stuff. Next stop, the recycling station. My quest was a success! I shouldn't have flipped it. Immediate regret. I think one of the best things I found was these different toy guns because they have so many great textures. Oh, and I've also been saving a lot of these takeaway boxes because they also have some nice textures on them. I mean, just look at this. Like, it looks like some cool wall or something already. It seems like I eat takeaway every day, but I don't. I eat them with friends. Yeah, we're going with that. Now, what I want to do is to make a case that I can put outside the Xbox. Basically, make something that fits really snugly around it, and then I can start building on top of that. It's case time. The base is done! Now, finally, the fun begins. I'm gonna work a bit differently than what I usually do. I'm gonna try to work in sections. So if we look at the sketch, this is the first section that I'm gonna try to build. As the base for this first part, I'm gonna use some good old XPS fill. Ah, yeah, we need to make it more interesting. We gotta find something that just makes the flat parts here not flat. Maybe the takeaway boxes? Let's try. These corner pieces are looking kind of cool, so I'm gonna try to cut out one of those and see if we can place it in somewhere. That's kind of cool. Maybe up here. You know, I think I just have to try to cut these into small pieces and try to make a little puzzle and see how it turns out. Look how good that looks! These are just takeaway boxes! I'm having way too much fun cutting trash and gluing trash. I actually got the idea of using these takeaway boxes from Studs and Studios from his house moving castle build. It's just an absolutely incredible build, so you should definitely check out that video on his channel because he has some really awesome tips. Moving on. This blueberry box had these little slits on the side, so I ended up just taking some of these hair bands, cutting them up, and using them as cables. And also the blue thing you see there are some plastic wall plugs for actual construction. This wheel right here kind of looks like a hand crank. I keep using a lot of these takeaway boxes and they have such great textures. I'm almost out. The first side is assembled. Oh. I still have 3 more sides to go and this took me like, what, 2 days? I'm probably gonna spend the rest of the week just assembling trash. But lucky for you guys, we have this thing called a montage, which is gonna start in 3, 2, 1. Now, before we move on, it's time for an ad for Skillshare. Now, if you haven't heard about them before, Skillshare is an online learning community with thousands of creative classes in everything from illustration and animation to film and music and freelance and business. There's something for everyone. What's pretty cool is when you join a class, you get the opportunity to join in on discussions related to the class and also share what you've been working on while following the class with other students so you can get feedback. Recently, I've really enjoyed the class Digital Brushwork Techniques by Marco Bucci, which shows you in detail how to work on and improve your brushwork in digital paintings, which is something I really struggle with. Skillshare has classes on so many different topics which can help you on your own creative journey, whether that's improving an existing skill or learning a new one. So if you think this sounds interesting, the first 1,000 who signs up with our link or code down in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare so you can start exploring their classes and your creativity today. Back to the project. 7 days later, or 8 or 9, I don't know, I lost count. I just wanted to give a quick little rundown of some of my favorite elements before we start painting it. First of all, I made some of these round windows from some milk carton caps. I've just put some acrylic inside it so we can turn them into actual windows by putting some LEDs inside. And I also wanted to add a lot of pipes just running everywhere, so I used a lot of these plastic straws and I also used a lot of plastic wall plugs for chimneys. And I also added this little nail cap on top for a little chimney spice. This one, at least for the moment, is one of my favorite elements on this whole thing. This Minnie Mouse watch, because it's just so freaking bright pink and out of place and full of bling. But I think once it's painted, it's gonna blend in pretty nicely. And as you can see, there's this row of rhinestones around here and basically on the whole build, which is kind of bringing everything together, which is another great tip from Studson, by the way, as well as these little hairband cables. And another one of my favorite things is this, a hose connector, but I just put some hot glue inside it and let it kind of droop out. So now it just looks like some sort of gross drain. These roofs right here, which is made from muffin cups. Right now they kind of just look like picnic blankets, but once they're done, they will hopefully look like metal. That's the beautiful disco mansion. Even though I kind of love this whimsical, chaotic disco vibe that is going on right now, it looks like what I said. So I want to make it more cohesive, make it into one piece and just feel like everything belongs in one unity. That sounded very profound. It's just paint. So without further ado, let's paint! Painting is finished! Oh. It looks so much better now, and the satisfaction of just painting it black and finally just making everything look like metal. I'm actually pretty happy with how the color scheme came out, with the like blue combined with the copper and browns feel. I think I went a bit overboard with the verdigris though. Like I slapped it on way too much in the beginning. So I just went back, added some more browns on top, and I think the balance now is a lot better. And also the oil washes are so nice. It's messy, but they just add this depth and contrast that just so good. But we're not done yet, because it's now time for the magic. It's time for lights! While I've been working on the paint job, Hans has figured out a way we can sort of steal the power from the Xbox for the lights. So that way, when we turn the Xbox on, all the lights light up at the same time.
I think it's gonna work fine, hopefully.
We're gonna use 3 different kinds of lights. The first one is some LED filament, then we have these ridiculously tiny LEDs, and finally just some normal diodes. They're all 3 volts, so it should be fairly easy to wire up. It's just a little boring, and it'll take some time. And that means solder time. Soldering is finally done. I have tested along the way just to make sure that each section actually has lights, so everything should work. I just haven't actually hooked it up to the Xbox yet, so hopefully it'll work. Let's just plug it in and hope for the best. I can actually feel my heart racing. Like, oh, okay. No, let's just click. Okay. By the way, you see how nice the button here is? Pretty happy about that. Okay. Oh, before I click, the lights are supposed to start once the fan of the Xbox starts. So it takes a couple of seconds before it turns on, just to, you know, increase the anticipation. It takes too long. Oh, thank God. Oh, the relief. Look. Okay, I mean, everything is nice, but just look at this masterpiece right here. Oh, sorry, I just have to come around and enjoy. And the little control panel light. So small. And also, you can actually see the light from the Xbox button. And one more thing, I have this button back here, and when I click it, it rattles. But also, there's a fan in there that looks really cool. You can probably hear it pretty loudly, can't you? Which is why we have the button. When you sit playing, you don't want to hear. When you want to show it off, you can just go, look. Shut up. Let's play some games. It's a little hard to move. Also heavier than I thought. I should probably remove the cable first. I didn't think this through. Welcome to your new home. Power cable and lights in 3. I was supposed to count that, but that looks ridiculous. Oh, time to sit back. That is so dumb and so cool. This was such a fun and awesome build. And like, it's so much nicer to have something personal standing there in front of the TV instead of just a black box. I just love the idea of taking something useless or trash or something like that and turning it into something that is super cool with not that fancy tools. And I really enjoyed the process. What can I say? It's been one of the most fun projects to work on so far. And yeah, the process has been a long one. We've spent 3 weeks now on just this one project, so I just wanted to thank our patrons so much for continuing to support us and allow us to make larger things that take more time. So, hello, Chrissy. He thanks you as well, because he gets treats. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed making it. And now it's time. Let's have a closer look at the final result.